Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract.
Mr. Ralph, the North are singing songs of anarchy. Pre-Biafran War, we recall how the Sardaunas, the Tafawa Balewers, even before their independence, were singing ostracization of the Southerners.
Yes.
That the South excesses is too much. Having received so many knocks off and knockout from Tinubu, who has now clipped the wings of the Northern Fulanis and oligarchs. Welcome, Mr. Ralph. What's your reaction?
You see, what happened is that the level of education of the people in the South is on the high side, while the people in the North are, Arabic Islamic ideology prone or stricken. They don't value, education. Either they value Islamic Arabic education, and that was what affected them in the 60s, almost 60 years ago, if not 60 something years ago. They were people who are use the word over religion inclined instead of embracing the reality. Education is it. The first thing ever in your life, you must be an educated person before you can excel in life, in any expertise or field you find yourself. But the Hausa Fulanis are people that use religion to taunt the people of that area, that region. They use it against their children and their children, so that they could not think far. And I'm telling you that the Fulani hegemonies are at the helms of that. They want to use it to subjugate the original owners of the North, which are the Hausas, so that they will all pay attention onto religion. And the Islamic agenda is what started thriving then in the North, that made the North to turn their back on Western civilization. They went back to then coming to the Southern Nigeria, you will actually find out that we are highly educated people in the South. At least the first Archbishop of, Diocese of West Africa, Anglican Archbishop, was from Abeokuta. He traced his root from America. Samuel Ajayi Crowther was he. Then in the South here, we have educated people like Herbert Macaulay. He traced his root to Nigeria. He settled at Yaba. We have people like A.K. Blankson in Oka. He traced his root to Igbo land. We have people, many name them at Onitsha axis. You have the Campbell's family. You have the Nelson family. They all are slaves that migrated from America, and they all embrace Western education, which is education, school. I don't know what to understand. Then you find out virtually in the South here, we were much educated. In the 40s, you have many graduates here in the Southern Nigeria. While these people, they are not well tutored, they are not well educated. All they know is reciting of what? Arabic, Quranic, languages, Quranic, chantings. I don't know what I understand. They would like to read Arabic more than the Saudi Arabians. And that is why today they are backward on learning. There is no, let me say, iconic, there are not, let me not use the word is, there are not iconic intellectuals today in the Northern Nigeria. No, zero. Because all they embrace is religion. The only people that are talking in the North today, making noise politically and otherwise, are the what? The cleric, Islamic cleric, Arabic cleric, people that claim that they are the one that has been dining with the dead, so-called dead Muhammad and their God, Allah. I don't understand. While in the South here, you see people that are doing well on the field of various educational departments, people that are doing well on the field of science and technology, people that are doing well on the field of IT technology. They are studying, reading, so that because simply they are so zealous and earnest to know. I don't understand. Knowledge is it. No. Knowing it is where acknowledgement and knowledge comes from. So if they actually have known that education is the key to every success in life, I mean the Northerners, why is it that they have not acknowledged that? It's something I know that they know and they understand. But acknowledgement is another thing. When you have acknowledged it, you have gotten the knowledge and the information, then you key into it and come out with good results. So they have failed to acknowledge the fact that education first. Then when we talk about Northernization or Southernization of Nigeria, no, we were not together before. It was the Britain that merged the North and Southern Nigeria together because we are separate, and Hausa was hammering and harping and beating their drum on what? Araba. What I mean by Araba is you hear English, separation.
Yeah.
So Zik said, no, don't sit away from us. Let us become one great Nigeria. That was how he pressurized and prevailed, succeeded on prevailing on the North not to go. They were the first people that were shouting for secession. These people that are making noise against Oduduwa Republic springing up to be on its own. These people that are mad, canvassing, shouting and crying over Biafra emancipation are the first people that have been shouting about secession and Araba. Araba is a vocabulary in Hausa language which means the same split or separation. So what are we saying here? If you can allow me to expand it to what happened and went on in the North in the 1960s about the orchestrated coup that was led by Emmanuel Ifajuna. The people that executed the coup so successfully, excellently, were Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu, a bright military officer, a colonel from Obanamo.
Okay, Mr. Ra, before you dive into that historical moment, do you know that the North are equally saying that the South should keep short and stop calling their children uneducated? Because most of the children who goes to Almajiri schools are all equally educated, just as the Southerners. That the only thing that is different is they went to learn Arabic. And these are tenable skills. I mean, in fact, today they are now seeking for the Nigerian government to include anybody who has been through that Almajiri school to be seen as being educated.
It is the highest fallacy anyone could indulge on. If you find yourself in that kind of, let me use the word, criminal fallacy, you will regret. The generations of your offspring is going to regret when someone is reading Arab inscription and enchantment. You are trying to classify him or reintegrate him into an educational, let me say, a society like ours here. We are too educational in everything we are doing. In the South here, we want to know. That is the meaning of education. We have the quest. We are inquisitive. We have the zest. We have the zeal. We have the anxiety to know, to learn. And you are learning only a particular language, a country. That's a country's language, a country that is situated in the Middle East, that is not even our official language. Their language is not our official language. It's just but religion. Because our official language should be English, made in England. Yes, they are our colonial masters. They came here, they forced their education on us, their civilization on us, their religion on us, which is Anglican, which is Christianity. Not even Judaism. Judaism is straight from Middle East. That's why we know it, because our ancestry is traced to Israel. But these people, they came with the quest to educate us about Jesus Christ. That's the only where religion is attached to what happened to the Southerners in the past. While these people, they come by force themselves on their Hausa hosts, and do what? Subjugate them.
You mean the Middle East?
The Middle East.
Arabians.
The Arabians. Because the Fulani, you see the Arabians, so they are called the Shua Arab. They are the Shua Arabs. The Arab Maghreb. They spread from this, what do you call this place? Yemen to Sudan to Borno. Futajala Island and Senegal are not left out because they are the black Arab.
So you mean these Fulanis can speak with the Yemens? They can
they can understand each other by speaking Arabic. The communication is Arabic. See, let me tell you, after Spanish, English, Swahilis, the most widely spoken language in the world is Arab. Should I name them? The whole Pakistan, some part of India, the whole Afghanistan, the whole Iran, the whole Iraq, Oman, Dubai, that's UAE. Let me just stop here. Even Lebanon, Palestinians, we can spread it to Malians. Yes. Libya. Are you surprised that
the whole of North Africans,
the whole North Africa is believed to be part of Middle East? You know, Middle East is largely Arab country. So they call Egypt Middle East. But it's not on the map of Middle East, Europe. It is on the map of Northern Africa. But because of that Arabic culture, they join all of them together. Let me tell you, let me name it one for you. You see Algeria, you see Morocco, you see Libya, you see Egypt, you see Tunisia. These are Northern African countries. With Sudan, Sudan is on the horn of Africa. Some part on the North Africa. Sudan is having the largest landmark in Africa. They are all speaking Arabic, and they are all aligned together or associated together with Middle East. Middle East is Iran, Iraq, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Lebanon, Syria. I don't know what I understand.
I do.
And Iraq and Iran, Oman, Qatar, all of them are Middle East Europe, and they are all speaking this.
But these guys are developed. Why are the Northerners now saying that Almajiri school can be equated to the Western education? Because we even know that in those Arab countries, they also practice Western education.
Yes, they are well tutored on science and technology, modern education, even IT technology. You have the best mathematician from Middle East Europe, Arab. They are very good on mathematics. How many Hausa or Fulani will come and solve and go to, let me say, into this mathematical quiz or debate and come out successful and become number one in Nigeria?
But they don't make mistakes in the number of their cows.
But they don't make the mistake on the number of their counts. I don't know.
Of their cows,
their cows. Sorry, they don't make mistake on the inscription of Arabic Keneko. You know this inscriptions, and you know is related to mathematics. Do you know why? The kind of Islam Nigerian Muslim in the north practices is quite different from the kind of Islam Middle East Muslim practices over there. Because Arab, I know, their headquarters is Saudi Arabia, and that is the most peaceful country in the Middle East Europe. They are very, very peaceful, very, very friendly, hospitable. Go there as a tourist. They will only give you their guidelines so that you don't violate their law. You go there free and you go home. Enjoy yourself, you go home. But Nigerian Muslims in Kaduna, in Sokoto, in Bauchi, in Katsina, Zamfara, Jigawa are very, very aggressive, barbaric, callous. My brother, let me tell you, anything you talk about wickedness, these people are. I don't know how they turn their own Islam upside down over what they have in the Middle East Europe. That is not how Islam is being practiced in Saudi Arabia. Look at the way they are forcing themselves down to the southern Nigeria to suppress and subjugate the Yorubas to this kind of, let me say, animalistic religion, because they have made it an animalistic religion. If you ask me, the way Saudis are doing it, we said, those people are Arab, or it's Arabic, that's how they do their. But now I'm using the word that is very, very foul. Because for an animal will slit a Benue man's throat, because he believes that Benue man is not a believer of Muhammad and Allah. They want to use force, and they will tell you that that was what Muhammad fought for. Forcing people into your own religion by force, failure to do so, you slit his throat. How do you see it? It's a bloody religion.
But why is this Bauchi man now, Muhammad Bala, shouting anarchy, anarchy, anarchy?
Let me tell you, he's trying to throw Nigeria into anarchy by repetition, to repeat what happened in 1966. That was when the coup just failed. Let me say the coup failed. It's Igbo man that failed the coup, the same Igbo man that they accuse of tribal coup. Aguironsi failed the coup. As the coup failed, the Fulani Hausa military officers turned against the Igbo military officers in the whole barracks across North, across Midwest, across Western Nigeria, everywhere in Nigeria. They started, the mutiny happened within the military hierarchy, whereby only military officers from Igbo extractions were subjected to what? Mutilation. Pieces. It's not by blood. They killed and buried all of them inside the barrack. So that is what Bala is trying to cause. They think that being the fact that the Fulanis and the Hausas are largely in the military, that they can repeat the repetition of what happened in 1960s could be possible in this administration, which I'm telling you that he's inviting for his arrest. They should arrest him, jail him, because that is coup in disguise. It's a military coup in disguise. If you know what happened, transpired in 1966, if it could repeat itself again, I think hell will be the name of this country called Nigeria. Hellfire.
Thank you very much for that brilliant submission.
To me, well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our Northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it Northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the North solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first. If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out